Welcome to the Biz Gone Social podcast. We help entrepreneurs navigate how to get known, get customers, and get the edge over their competition. Here is your host, Lorraine Duncan.
Hey everyone, welcome. And here we are again with episode 11. And today I'm going to talk about nailing storytelling on social media. And my promise to you is I want to give you just a little bit of verbal caffeine that's going to energize your social media marketing. And it's also going to help you stay social, because don't you really want to be the business that everyone talks about? And you know what? I do too. So we all know the benefits of storytelling. I've been talking about this for a couple weeks now, and we know what an important role it plays. So today I'm going to tell you some creative ways to post a story on 2 social media platforms so you yourself can nail it with your storytelling. So I'm going to start with my favorite one, which is Instagram. And as you know, we've talked about this before, high quality images are so important when creating a story on Instagram, but we often forget about the captions. And it actually really helps. Those captions really help complete the story. So I want you to think about the next time you're going to post a picture on Instagram, and I want you to try sharing a short story about the photo, like maybe 3 or 4 sentences. And just know you only have about 2,200 characters. So you want to leave room for some hashtags. So the next thing I think is that I do a lot with my clients, and I do a lot with myself on my social media marketing on Instagram, is creating a short video or a boomerang or a couple of photos together on Instagram. So a lot of brands actually out there are using videos to tell a short story. And now remember, when you're doing a video on the Instagram feed, you get 60 seconds as a limit. So you want to make that 60 seconds very powerful. And of course, I'm going to bring this up again because Nike is one of my favorite brands out there that does this so well. They do these short little videos. So be sure to check them out. I've talked a lot about them over the past weeks. So here's what I want you to try. Try doing a 30 to 60 second video on Instagram, and maybe try doing a history of your company. Some of my 30 to 60 second video tips that I think about when I'm doing it is you want a standpoint. You don't have a lot of time, so you want to just stay on the subject. You also want to use video captions. So there's great programs out there or apps out there. I like to use an app called KineMaster, which is really great for doing short videos and also great for video editing. But it really helps with the video story. And the other thing is you want to make sure what you write in the caption below is really good too. And you want to make sure you do it, because you don't want to just put a video out there with one word. You want to make sure you describe that video in a short caption or something like that. So I hope this helps a little bit when it comes to Instagram. There's other things you can do. You can do like these stories that are like for Instagram stories. You can do like a series of them. You can do, fun things at home. There's so much. Just brainstorm, look to see what other people are doing on their news feeds and also in their stories. Now remember, stories only last for about 24 hours. So, you can have a lot of fun with this. The next platform I want to talk about is Facebook, and doing well with storytelling on Facebook. And the most overlooked action that I feel is to share with your followers an album on Facebook. So it's a great way to get noticed. And also, you can go back and add some photos to the album, and it shows the whole album over again. So it's kind of a great way to get noticed. I have a friend who does this really well. And she doesn't own a business, but she does this album thing very well. She'll go to a key place where she's either visiting for the first time, and she will continue to add to that album and you get to see it over and over again. An example of what she's done is something that I've posted a lot of on my Facebook page, for instance. We have this art park in my city, and basically she will go and she'll just keep on adding the new things that were done by artists. And it really does get you noticed. So here's kind of an idea to try. Maybe have an event. Maybe you're doing, as a business owner, you're doing a seminar and you have people, so get them involved. You have people that maybe have taken photos, or encourage them to take photos and send them to you. And then basically what you're going to do is you're going to do the top 10 or 20 photos. And then as new ones come in, you can actually keep on adding. So I want to encourage you to do that. And I think it will really help with your storytelling on Facebook. So we don't want to also overlook Facebook Live. This is a great way to get your story out there. Being authentic is always the key aspect of storytelling. And there's no other way to get real but on Facebook Live. So it also helps you engage with your audience. It's also a great way to reach fans because Facebook always ranks live videos higher than in the news feed than when they're live, for instance, than if you're going to just post a video. So here's what I want you to do. Try going live and maybe do a story about daily behind the scenes. This is just an idea. You can come up with your own, but you could do it in 3 parts if you wanted to. Example, bring in the culture, such as if it were me, morning coffee. Meetings on Zoom would be another background thing that I do. And ending the day with some finishing touches, I should say. So here's the thing, is that you want to be creative. You want to do something that's going to draw attention. And you want to make sure that you're mixing your storytelling up, like doing different things when it comes up, when you're on Facebook, for instance. So you want to do those Facebook Lives and you want to bring them into your marketing. So the other thing is sometimes it's very effective. Now you're going to think this is a strange thing here, but it's not. So basically what you want to do is you want to write a story on Facebook, a long story. So I know I saw this study that found that shorter posts, like those under 120 characters, had a higher click-through rate. But you know what? We're not really seeing the full picture here because the study showed that longer posts actually had more other clicks. And that's because if you notice when you go very long on Facebook, what happens is you'll get the see more and people click that. And it's a very interesting thing. And it actually showed that those longer posts got actually more other click-throughs. So obviously it's okay to do a long story once in a while. I mean, I wouldn't do it every day. Seriously. Here's an interesting thing is I just try it. Make a long story. Maybe it's a story about the picture itself. That's what you want to do. For instance, I do this thing called Gal on the Bike from Norwalk. And I also write a little story with it. Now, my stories are short, but you can actually post a picture. Like, for instance, the other day I was at the beach, for instance, and I saw a softball field, I should say, that always was played on in August, every day of the week. And it was empty. And because of the times that we're in, that makes sense. I could have wrote a whole story about that, about the sounds and the smells and the different things that go on the field. And you can really have fun with this is what I'm trying to say. So definitely try this long story thing. It will work like a charm when it comes to storytelling, because really that's what storytelling is all about. So I hope these few things on Instagram and Facebook help you just to rock it with your storytelling and nail it. Definitely nail it. And if you need some help, for instance, with your social media marketing or things with storytelling or different things on tools or whatever you may need, I just launched my Social Media Learning Cafe, which is a membership program, and it's $27. And this cafe is a place where I'm going to bring you all the latest social media information because, running a business, it's really hard enough to do without having to try to stay on top of things that you should be doing now. Like if you didn't know, the Facebook changed. The dashboard and everything has changed a lot over the past months or so. And so you want to definitely make sure that you are keeping up and you know where everything is, because you don't want to go to, for instance, Facebook Live and not find it because it's not where it used to be. So what is included in this social media cafe is this: a 60-minute hot topic call, which is content heavy, teaching you all the best practices of whatever the subject in social media I'll be on for the month. And then I'll have another call where we'll talk about what's trending in social media and what you need to be doing. And I'll also be answering questions that you may have about certain social media platforms. And it could be whatever, so it doesn't have to be what the topic is. And all calls are going to be recorded. So, if you can't make it live, you can definitely come on and, listen to it when you need to. So I hope this helps. Again, start trying these things that I talked about with social media storytelling and nail it with your storytelling. Be creative, have fun. And until next time, bye for now.
Thanks for listening to the Biz Gone Social podcast. Find us on Instagram at Biz Gone Social for extra tips. Check back weekly for new episodes. Until next time, stay social.